All right, welcome Freedom Team. Monday morning. What is it? February 9th. Well, we're into this second month here. Things are flying. It's crazy to think it's 2026, but as always, I'm so grateful you guys that are showing up here. Great way to kind of kick off your week, especially if you are looking to attract. And as always, went out and found a statette. This lady not only has over 100 people on her team, she's also a huge producer and stuff, been an icon a couple times. So let me open up and give you Allie's little bio background here, pretty impressive. So, Miss Allie, after 4 years in the business, Allie has closed just shy of 200 transactions as a solo agent without paying for any leads, all while living across the country. She's a two-time icon in her 4 years of being an agent, top 1.5% of her entire brokerage, obviously 85,000 agents here. Prior to being a real estate agent, she was a special agent for the Air Force Office of Special Investigations. She goes, think NCIS. All right, hold on. I lost my screen. You're letting somebody in. Through Instagram and YouTube, she now works for 5% commission as a buyer's agent and gets five-star reviews every time. She's attracted over 100 agents into her community, half of which came from YouTube, without ever having booked a call. She's the host of The Agent Goldmine, a podcast for seasoned real estate agents looking to grow their business, and Allie, the agent on YouTube. So, yes, we are very, very fortunate and blessed you are here, Miss Allie. So, why don't we do this? First of all, again, thank you so, so much for just showing up. You guys, where she is in Australia right now, it's 2:30 a.m. in the morning. So, this is a
Ah,
trooper to get up for this interview. So, we sincerely appreciate you doing that. I really do. Anything else you'd like us to know, either about your personal life or anything about, elaborate everybody real quick, because you and I were just talking beforehand. What started this travel abroad? And how are you able to do this and do your production and so forth, just so we all kind of have a background?
yeah, definitely. So I've been licensed for 4 years, and um, at year after my first year of being a licensed agent, where I was doing stuff boots on ground, I closed 24 deals my first year. I was still part time because I was still active duty Air Force. That was still my primary career. I just wanted to make sure I could make it work as a real estate agent, going from special agent to real estate agent. My I had a family member that was diagnosed with cancer. So he went to go be closer to him. We moved from Tucson, Arizona, where I was stationed and I started my business, to Minneapolis, Minnesota. And as I was moving my business across the country, which I'm going to get into because I have a presentation too that I'll kind of zip through. As I was moving and working the last couple of clients, from me being physically boots on ground to not, I started putting some systems and processes in place. And that's when I realized, I started asking my friends, "Hey, real estate agents, can you show my clients these 5 houses tomorrow? Can you be there during the inspections Tuesday at 4? Can you be there for the final walkthrough?" And they started doing it, and my clients were still happy. I think a lot of agents think they have to be the ones to physically open the doors, otherwise their clients are unhappy, that they have to be the ones to physically be there for the final walkthrough, or the clients are unhappy. And that is not the case. So that's when I realized I can work from anywhere in the country, then I can work from anywhere in the world. So I'm currently on the month 3 of my 4-month travels out in Asia, where things are significantly cheaper. Well, currently not right now. I'm in Australia, where it's actually just as expensive as New York City, which is where I'm originally from. So yeah, I'm just doing my travel, doing my thing, still working both. I think of my business as two separate facets, me helping buyer clients, and then also me helping real estate agents. Both tracks lead to the same source, which is YouTube. And so that's what I'll get into today.
Wonderful. First of all, I want to say thank you for your service. My wife is a huge NCIS, CIS fan, so she'd probably be fascinated to hear all this stuff from you. But how long were you in the service?
10 years. I separated as an Air Force major in '04.
Wow. Okay. Well, wow. Congratulations. That's truly amazing. And you said you have a
Thank you.
presentation. Maybe right before we jump into the presentation, let me ask you a couple things on the front end, and then I can turn over the screen to you. But do you mind me asking, how were you approached? You've been here 4 years. How were you first approached about EXP, and what was the main reason you came over?
Good question. I was not approached. I did my research. I interviewed 13 different brokerages before I picked one because that is the type of person that I am. I want to make sure I'm making the right choice the first time. And as I was doing my research, I interviewed in-person brokerages, virtual ones, old school ones, new school and techie ones, young people, old people, everything in between. I just wanted to see what is the vibe like, who's actually making money, and do they share knowledge,
Yeah.
information? Do they have a good culture? And all roads led to EXP, and so that was a no-brainer. But then it was just a matter of choosing which sponsor because that's
Mhm.
such a huge deal.
Yeah.
So then at that point, I had a couple of friends from the real estate investing community, which is where I started out with real estate on the investor side. And so I heard some people on some podcasts. I realized I had heard somebody from Bigger Pockets back in the day. And I reached out to her. I was like, hey, I have no idea how EXP works, but and you're out in North Carolina at the time. I was like, can I like franchise? Can I buy your like systems? And she was like, better yet, you can get them for free. Just name me as your sponsor. I was like, wow. Okay. So now I do the same thing for anybody that joins me. You get all my systems for free, no team cost.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. I just made you a co-host. I thought we'll do this, and instead of me trying to ask more questions, as you may answer a lot of this in your presentation. For all I know, I don't want you to have to waste your time and double up. So I just gave you screen share. Did that come over to you?
Okay, cool. Let's check it out. And when I share my screen, I won't be able to see your questions. So
Okay.
if
Yeah.
you don't mind, just okay.
Okay.
Yep, got
You're
it.
good.
Here we go.
Okay.
Let's do slideshow. Okay. I have a lot of slides, so I'm gonna go fast. If you guys have any questions, please type it in the comments. I will get into it like after. And if you really want, I can give you a copy of
You.
these slides as well.
You look like a
So
VA.
yeah, that's
I
what I did
love
in the
it.
military. We investigated felony level crimes, and so a lot of the stuff that you're like seeing in the Epstein files, that's what we'd investigate for those that were doing it within the Air Force.
Uh,
And yeah, so it's significantly easier asking people, can you actually afford this house? As opposed to the questions I was asking when I was a special agent.
yeah.
Um, so title of this presentation is how to make $5,000 a month in revenue share in 3 years. I've been an agent for 4 years. I didn't put any effort into agent attraction my first year because I was just focused on sales. Like I want to learn the actual business. And in my 4 years, I've been an icon 2 times. I close between 40 and 50 homes a year in Tucson. And I don't have a team. I don't pay for ads. The only thing I pay for are editors to edit my YouTube channel and showing agents.
Hmm.
And not only that, but I charge 5% commission on the buyer side, and I do that all without living there. But this is about more so agent attraction. Well, I guess we could take this in any direction you guys want. I'm pretty open book. So last year, 2025, my name is way down here at the bottom. I was ranked number 12 in out of the EXP, like leaderboard for FLAs added for the entire year. Um, and I did that honestly, it came from YouTube. I don't cold call. I'm actually scared of cold calling because I know how I react when I get cold called, and I don't want that. So I don't do in-person events. I don't do really. I just make content, but the content that I make is long form content. It's. I mean, I make short form content, but that's that doesn't yield a good ROI. So in 4 years, I now have 115 agents. Um, and majority are in my level one. I have them down to my level seven. This I took the screenshot like right before I went to sleep 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
So 30 FLQA, 77 FLA, and over here, this is we're like mid month right now. So last month was 4790 for the revenue share. The interesting fact about this though is 50% of this 115 agents joined me from found me from YouTube originally. Um, and out of those 50% that found me from YouTube, 50% of those never even booked a call with me. They just applied using the link in my description.
Wow.
So that is the power of making long form content where you're like showing your personality, showing what you offer. You can skip the first, call, which is amazing. And then they can just plug right in and get all the resources immediately.
Hmm.
And I'll get into my onboarding process as well. So I'll get into YouTube, a little bit of the settings and like optimization, but I don't want to like go too in the weeds, just like bigger picture. The onboarding process, which is so important, because if anyone here has onboarded into EXP recently or or at all, I mean, if everyone here is EXP, you know that onboarding was a beast. And then some mistakes to avoid. This is one of my favorite quotes. You're doing sales because you failed at marketing. That's Naval Ravikant. And I live by this probably because I just hate cold calling and anything I can get against cold calling. I'm like, yeah, that's another reason not to cold call. But overall, like when you're making videos, you can show your personality. You can edit it in a way that like shows your humor more, and that's a way to connect with people. The good news is long form YouTube videos, people are now the viewers, the audience, they're now looking for more raw. They're not looking for the polished selling sunset. They're looking for people that are real, that they can connect with, that accidentally say oops or so don't be afraid to get started on YouTube if you don't yet, if you can't yet afford an editor or you have to be the one editing, just go on a rant, show yourself because your people will come. And those are the clients that will pay you extra. Those are the agents that are going to be sticky and stick around and follow your lead where you can help them make money. Um, I kind of think YouTube as a lazy person's webinar. Except if you mess up, you can just say the sentence again. You can just continue saying it until it sounds good. When I first got started on YouTube, I used to script the entire thing and read the script. I would look off to the side where I had my second screen, it was just a Word doc, and I would read the first line, and then I would look at the camera and try to say it naturally. So my first videos are still up there. They're terrible. But so I mean I suggest never deleting a video, but you will get better and over time you will be able to just kind of go rant style. These are the three bullet points that I want to talk about and just go. So a lot of people though, before they get on camera, they're shy, right? Like they're like, what do I say? Do I have something in my teeth or what, do I have a booger? Whatever. When I first got started at EXP, we had a like partner program to get over this camera shyness. And I'm just going to tell you what we learned. Um, it was a program for 14 weeks and we had to go live every single week, once a week for 14 weeks. I found that by week 7, the live had to be at a minimum 5 minutes. By week 7 of me going live, I got over my camera shyness. I was like, okay, it's okay if I mess up. I can just say it again. I can laugh at myself and I can just redo it. So my challenge to you is instead of waiting 7 weeks to go live 7 times, do it once a day for 7 days, compact that time frame, and you will get over it. So that's my suggestion there. A little bit of optimizing your YouTube here. I have 2 different channels. This is the channel for agent attraction. Allie the agent. That's my brand. That's what I was, in the military, and what I've taken over since then. What I really want to show you is I I use the word only. I have less than 3,000 subscribers. I have only 2,500 subscribers. You don't need a big channel. And I know that you probably see agents that have 10,000 subscribers, 20,000 subscribers, and you think, how can I compete? I promise you, you can compete because even if there is, even if there are 15 people in your area targeting the same type of person, you are different. People will be attracted to someone else. And plus, that's some friendly competition. Just the fact of like your own experiences, your own the way that your brain works and your edits, that's going to make you different. So don't think that the market is saturated. Only I'll get into a stat later. But overall, you can have a name for your channel and the handle. I would suggest it be both. And make sure your profile photo is the same throughout on all social media, on your email signature, on your YouTube. Just make sure it's consistent because the last thing people want to do is see your email signature and then a different photo on your YouTube and then wait, but this is what her Instagram is and like is this what's going on? So make sure it's consistent. For description, they allow you 1,000 characters. So fill it up. This is good keyword SEO, especially since YouTube is owned by Google, which is the number one search engine in the world still. So this is kind of like this is what I have in my description right now. A little bit of what I offer. The first thing that's there is the link to apply. Name me as your sponsor at eXp Realty. The link is below and it's right there. Um, and then by naming me, this is what you get. And I don't have that many characters with 1,000, but I give a brief overview of what they know. I go into the specifics in the actual video. If they do want to talk on Zoom, I use Calendly to get Zoom calls booked. So I have my URL there. And then just a little bit about, oh, this I need to update. A little bit about how many homes I've sold since I've been an agent. And then this is the privacy notice that I was told by somebody at some point when I first got started to add this. So cool. Okay. Cover my butt. But overall, just talk about who you are. Why should somebody name you as their primary sponsor or co-sponsor? What do you offer? And then make it so, so easy for them to apply. Right there, as you can see, the very, very first link is the application. And then it's also in the description of every single video itself. That was my channel description. It's in every single video. So my important YouTube findings, the numbers may be different from you, but from the agents, I coach agents sometimes, like no more than 5 agents at a time, because that's all I can handle right now, along with my entire business. But you don't need a large following. And a lot of other like content creators kind of prove that too. If you listen to them speak on interviews as far as how many deals they've done or agents attracted, huge followings, but they're not able to monetize. My first leads for the client channel, which this is not my client channel, it's a completely separate audience. So if you already have a YouTube channel for buyers or sellers, which they should be different channels, make a separate one for agent attraction. Otherwise, YouTube doesn't know who to send your videos to. Is it people buying houses in San Antonio, or is it people from LA that want to get their license to be an agent? So, but the most important bullet point out of this whole thing, I would say, is 30. This third bullet, after 30 long form videos that I made, that's when I started getting 2 clients a week, but also 2 calls a week from real estate agents that were considering switching to EXP or getting licensed at EXP. Either way, when you first start out with YouTube, the first leads you're going to get are not going to be quality. Just keep pushing through. The first ones are going to be people that want to only rent. In Tucson, you don't get paid for rentals at all. And on the agent side, you'll get those that are considering maybe one day starting the real estate school. Okay, when you get around to it, then let's jump back on another call. So they're not as qualified, but over time, then those rentals become people that are just higher quality leads. So give it time, keep making videos, and trust the process.
Mhm.
All but one of my FLA that I added in 2025 came directly from YouTube. The other one came from my podcast, I believe.
Ma-
And
ma-
half the agents joined me from YouTube, and out of the half, like I said before, so 25% of those out of the 115 agents applied without ever even booking a call.
That's incredible,
The
Allie.
biggest thing,
May I ask you real quick on that middle? Calendar started filling up too much with unqualified leads. I changed my call to action. Do you mind me asking what
yeah,
was it and what did you change to?
yes, I'm really glad that you asked this. So originally, the call to action was book a call with me, book a call with me, book a call with me. Then I realized that's when people started booking calls. I started to get some no call, no show. People just didn't show up.
Hmm.
People weren't even interested in buying in Tucson, or they hadn't even signed up for school yet. That's when I was like, you may not ever sign up for school. So then I started adding some requirements. Before you book a call with me, make sure that you're already halfway done with school. I want to see like some commitment. Um, and then my calendar was still super booked. So then I stopped asking people to book a call with me. And I said, once you're ready, apply. Just apply. Join EXP. Because that would
Hmm.
mean that they're done with school, that they've showed commitment, that they've paid for the light, that they've passed the courses. Um, and people started doing that. And that's when I realized, oh, not everyone needs a call. So my
I
link
further asked
to
the
the call
question.
is still in the description, though.
Um, so you were talking about, so a lot of these people are brand new agents. Out of that ratio, is how many of these were experienced agents, veterans, new agents? Is there any kind of a breakdown?
Yeah, majority are brand new agents. So it is super, super important to have good systems, a good
Mm,
upline, a good team that you can connect them to make sure that they get plugged in right away. Um, so I don't have a formal team. And what I help with is like business building. And I make this very, very clear on my channel. So think about your proposition, right? Like what specifically are you good at? What could you talk about forever? And then um, tell them that you can help them find a local team. And plus that local team could be the co-sponsor.
mm.
And that what are the missing gaps of what do you not offer? And maybe bring other people into your channel and say, hey, this is, I don't offer cold calling help because I don't cold call, but you're a great cold caller. So this is what things would look like if they need me as primary, you as co-sponsor, or vice versa. Um, and then you can have both of their links in the description with someone that you would want to co-sponsor with.
May I ask one other
So
question on that, if you don't mind? It re
yeah.
regards to co-sponsoring. I'm assuming you sound like you do a lot of diligent looking into things, systems, all that. Do you by chance have a list of the different co-sponsors you've kind of identified in certain markets that you would team up with?
I do have an informal list. It really is every single co-sponsor. Actually, I've only had Joshua Smith and I have co-sponsored together multiple times. He was number one in 2025. Um, I, I know him personally, and the rest have been so specific to location of where that new agent is. If they're
Hmm.
new, I want them not just to have that local mentor, but also like a local icon agent for them to be their co-sponsor.
Yeah.
So I have
Okay.
like a little running list, but I just keep adding to it.
Okay. Would you
Yeah.
be willing to share that list? Because you've identified them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we obviously, you can be a co-sponsor with some of us as well, but if you've identified some other ones, would love for you to share if you wouldn't mind afterwards.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Of course. And then overall, with just like with any content, short form or long form, lead with value. Don't lead with an introduction. Nobody gives a crap what your name is. Nobody cares until you have taught them something. So teach them something. And then at the end, be like, oh, by the way, I do this because I'm making videos to also help my agents that join me. If you want this one on one, if you want this faster, if you want weekly info, or, again, go back to your value proposition of what you and your upline offer. If you want more of this, then apply with the link below. And I want to see you in my community. And then just be real. So, what to prove, what to post? Proof, proof, and wins. Your wins. Anyone in your on your team, anyone in your downline, anyone in your upline, um, anyone that a future agent that's going to name you as their primary sponsor is going to have access to. That's who you talk about. So, for example, my upline, Ruben Garcia, used to be a single father on welfare, and now he's a millionaire because of EXP, because of real estate, and like that connects with a lot of single parents.
Hmm.
Shelby Johnson, who is my direct sponsor, she was a an investor first, owned 74 Airbnbs at one point, and so that like speaks to the investor portion. Um, and they've all made icon every single year forever. Um, and I talk about my experience, like, so if you don't have experience yet, then use your uplines, which is another good way for you to reach out to your entire family in case you haven't already. 7 levels up, like, please talk to them because they want to help you. They're financially incentivized to help you. Um, and then every single time that you do bring somebody in, congratulate them, make them feel welcome, make a post about them, make a video about them. Video is way more. important than a static post. The static posts are going away. So for example, stuff that I post about are Inga Draper. She joined us. She found me on YouTube. She joined, yeah, YouTube. She found me on YouTube. She joined from Charlotte, North Carolina. She started her own YouTube, and uh, on her fourth video ever, she got 25 buyer leads, which is
Wow.
crazy. Like, um, and then Amanda Freeman out of California, she also named me as a primary. She's a full-time stay-at-home mother. And she made 100K on her own for the first time last year. Tom Lewandowski, and these are all brand new agents. They're not, they didn't switch brokerages. These are off the street people. Tom Lewandowski, Palm Springs, closed 14 deals as a brand new agent. And now he's moving across the country doing the same thing where I did, like just moving your business. Um, so the overall lesson is just like to show that your community is it. Like, hey, people are successful here, but this is what you need to do to be successful. And if you have what it takes, then apply with the link below. Um, so these are some of the titles that I have made that I found attracted uh, the most agents and gotten the most views. So you can just take a screenshot of this, but it's talking about the co-sponsorship. Not many EXP agents have made videos on co-sponsorship that dive deep, like go into the numbers. People will say they'll give the theory and behind it, but not super specific examples. So that's a really good video to make right now. Um, how to become a referral real estate agent, but really this is based off my past, right? Like the video that got me 15 clients in 5 days. Over time, as you make videos or since since you guys are all in the business, talk about what happened with you, and then just make a video about that and just help them. Like, don't hide anything, put everything out there to the point where you should be like, I should charge for this video, but I'm not
Mhm.
going to. I'm just going to post it because it will come around. So, talking about video structure and length, um, it should be as long as you are providing value, whether that is 5 minutes of just like, super good value and giving people like a step by step. I think it's kind of very hard to do in 5 minutes. Um, but typically my videos are between 25 and 30 minutes finished, final. So meaning the raw file is probably like closer to 45 to between 45 and 60 minutes. Um, and again, in the beginning, you need to hook them. You need to also let them know, don't worry, you clicked on this YouTube video and you're going to get the question answered. So the last thing people want to do is just like similar to when you're looking up a recipe and you're like, how do I make this like one type of, I don't know, lasagna? Um, you go on Safari or whatever, you go on the recipe, and the entire three first pages are talking about their grandmother's background in Italy. Nobody cares. How much beef do I put in? What's the beef to sausage ratio? Like nobody cares about your background yet. So give them the ingredients first and then say, by the way, I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Allie, the agent on all social media. I've been an agent for, 4 years, blah, 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 blah. So do the hook, do the value. The value should be 80% of the video. And not just stats. People actually don't like really love stats all that much. They like a story. They want personality. They want you to laugh at yourself. They want you to just be you. Like whoever you are, be tenfold on YouTube. Because especially when you're first starting out on camera, you being tenfold will actually end up being like you in real life, if that makes sense. Um, but also you want to make sure that you're still the same person when they meet you in person. You don't want to be a different character online than in person. That's how Bill Nye got me. I was like, wow, you're kind of a dick. Then soft call to action is kind of what I do in the middle. And that's where I introduce myself. By the way, I'm Allie Garced, a short, just who I am and who I help. I help real estate agents go from making 100K to 200K. So subscribe. And then back to more value. And at the very end, that's where you can do the hard call to action. The hard call to action is your pitch. Go for it. If someone has watched 30 minutes of a video of yours, they have given you permission to sell them. So do it. This is what my hard call to action looks like. And you can go ahead and screenshot this. Try not to read this verbatim because this is mine, but make this your own, you know? So, but overall, I say like, I help real estate agents just like you. You're not a number when you join us. This is what you can expect to get. I've helped 100 of other agents also in their business. So if you want to book a one-on-one call first before you apply, the link is below. But otherwise, if you've seen enough of my videos, and chances are you're probably just ready. So just book a call, um, apply with the link below. Then when they apply, you want to make sure that they are loved on immediately. Onboarding is so important. The last thing you want somebody to do is find you and watch 10 of your videos, fall in love with you and what you offer them, have them apply, name you as a primary sponsor or co-sponsor, whatever, and them not hear from you. That is like the biggest slap in the face. So I hired a company and I paid about like $3,000 for them to set everything up for automatic onboarding and offboarding. This is using a system called Make. You could also use Zapier. You could use N8N. Um, you could also do it yourself. I tried doing it. I couldn't do it. I'm not this techie. So I was like, let me just pay for the convenience and it'll be done in like a couple of weeks. So what my funnel is as soon as someone names me as a primary sponsor, or as soon as we get the email saying that there's someone that's like in my community now, the only manual part of this is my virtual assistant will go into my revenue share every single day, my organization, who joined, um, and then he will add that agent's name to a Google Doc. So this Google Doc is where it starts out. He'll add the name, location, phone number, email, blah, blah. And that's when he triggers the onboarding process for them. I created a series of emails over the course of their first 2 years to make sure that they're staying on track. It's very, very heavy in the first 6 months because that's when people get overwhelmed and lost, confused, especially if they're new. So emails and text message sequence, and I give them homework, and I tell this now too on my publicly on my YouTube channel that I'll be giving them like homework assignments before we start meeting one on one, because otherwise the first one on one call is always like, hey, how do I do my email? Where does my website? And it's very, very basic questions that are already answered by 101 other people in the onboarding process. So I point them back to other resources. EXP doesn't work for you. You just need to tell the agents where to go. Um, so that's basically what this is doing, as well as reintroducing who their upline is. By the way, at this point now, you should be meeting with Ruben Garcia. You should have done this already. You should be coming to our Thursday business brainstorm calls. You should be blah blah blah. And here's the link again. Here's the link again. Here's the link again. Um, and these are the questions that I have on the right hand side here. These are the questions that I have on Calendly. Uh, and I want to go into specifically um, why I have these questions. So one, how many closings have you had in the last 12 months? That tells me how much more effort will I need to help them with. Like if they haven't done any closings and they're brand new, then I definitely want to make sure that they're getting into like all of the basic programs that EXP offers to plug them in and get them looked after. What specifically are they looking to accomplish by joining me at EXP? Are they looking for revenue share? Are they looking, to build own organization, become a listing agent, make a certain amount of money? Like, what is it? What's their income goal? And this question here is probably the most important out of everything, which is how committed truly are you to reaching that goal? And you will be surprised on how many people say, um, I'd either like to do this just part-time only or somewhere in between. Very rarely does someone say, I will do whatever it takes to reach my goal. But when I see someone say, I will do whatever it takes, my back is against the wall, I have no other choices, I'm going to be my only source of income. I know that they're serious. And I just put them on I put them on a different track almost. Of course, everyone still has to do the homework before I start meeting with them one on one. but those are the ones that actually do the homework. And then we start meeting one-on-one, and they're attending the trainings, and they're doing extra, and they're doing the videos. So yeah. When anyone joins my organization, oh, this is what I already spoke about. So this is an overall feel of how my funnel is. So my assistant adds them to the Google Sheet. Then that information, they get added to a Google Map, which is what we share with the entire organization, saying, hey, if you want to send a referral, this is the rest of 5 pillars. So this is who's out in Alaska, DC, Portugal. Then the new agents get access to my Gmail. The Twilio is how I pay for Twilio to send the text messages from in blue. That was super important to me. I did not want to send a green text. I didn't want it to come off as spam. So I'm paying extra for it to come off as like an iPhone message. Um, and then that's when they start the email and the message templates and the personal or the actual onboarding stuff. Like, hey, welcome. This is the day 1 email. This is the day 3 email. This is day 6 email. This is an example of some of the emails. It gets pulled from the Google Drive or a Google Sheet. So, for example, day 3 email, at this point, onboarding is probably overwhelming. Make sure you go in the order of importance, which is the Department of Real Estate first, your MLS, and then EXP, and then my stuff. Like, don't prioritize my stuff before the Department of Real Estate. Make sure that you're like legally good first. Go back to your onboarding checklist that you were emailed day 1 when you joined. If you haven't put the 5 pillars Thursday calls in your calendar, here it is. Here is the link. I'm re-giving the link. I'm spoon feeding it to them. And at the very end, I say, this is an automated text. Don't respond back to this Twilio number. This is my personal number. And it's a lot of repetition, but you want to make sure they're getting told to do 101 things by like 101 different people. So you want to make sure that you are repeating yourself. This is what Twilio looks like behind the scenes. So just a little example of like who I'm texting, is it delivered? And it'll give you like a little error message in case something doesn't go through. Again, I couldn't even set up Twilio on my own. I hired that one company to do Twilio and Make. So yeah. And this is what I offer. This is like what I show on my YouTube channel. I give them access to my Google Drive. So, and here I offer my $200,000 GCI playbook. Of course, I cannot make any promises that they're going to make 200K, but this is the playbook that I personally created. And that's how much I made my second year in the business. So that's what I named it. One-on-one mentorship. I have some documents in here, how to grow your business, recruiting, some Alex Hormozy resources because I'm a big fan of his business strategies. What to do in your first 90 days. If you're a rookie agent, here's some free books. This is the Google Drive. And mainly it's a lot of checklists. So now I kind of want to switch gears a little bit and talk about how to find an editor as you're posting on YouTube, going back to like attracting these agents. This, if you want to take a screenshot of this is exactly what I post on Fiverr and onlinejobs.ph. The PH stands for the Philippines. That's where you can get a pretty good price, a little bit cheaper than Fiverr for the most part. You just have to go through a couple. But overall, in case you don't want to read all this, you want to make sure that you have a sense of whose channel you want to replicate. Use that link in the description and say, I want to make YouTube videos like this. And why? Because I like how calm it looks, or I like how like the funny edits. I like the way that there are pauses. I like that it sounds more real. Give the editor a reason as to why you are liking this channel. For example, the channel that I like, that I mock, that I try to go after is Jeff Sue. He is not in real estate. He's outside of the industry because I don't like following other people in the real estate industry. Then it just becomes recycled stuff. I like Jeff Sue. He worked for Google. He explained things very, very easy. I like his personality, and I like the edits. So I use Jeff Sue. And then also in the description, give them a link to your raw video that you've already made, and give that same raw video link to all of the editors that apply, and tell them that you will be tell them to provide a 1 minute sample. It could be unpaid, 1 minute unpaid, um, and may the best two editors win. Always choose two because one will churn. And then you are left with one, a good one. I pay extra for, I think I go into this here, maybe not. Well, I pay about $80 for video, but I pay an extra 20 if they get the video back within 24 hours or 48 hours, sorry. So each video ends up being, it was $70. I just recently increased it. So I pay about $100 per video. Every two videos that I make, an agent joins the community. It's worth it. So these are the equipment that I use. The Sony FX30. That's not this camera here. This camera is my crappy laptop camera. But I just want to make sure that it looks good. But more importantly than looking good on YouTube is sounding good. You need to make sure that your audio is good. Otherwise, nobody can hear what you're saying. Then there's no point of them watching. So some mistakes to avoid on YouTube is talking to the wrong audience. I made this video and I regret making it. I still have it public because I don't know why. Um, it's my highest viewed video, but the reason I regret it, even though this was my story, because I made 100K as a part-time agent. So I tell others how I did it and how they can do it too. Who do you think is attracted to this type of video? Only other people that want to be part-time agents. And that's not what I'm looking for. And so that's this video is what overwhelmed my calendar. That's where I was like, wait, I need to put some like steps in place before people just book calls with me thinking that, saying, oh, I had a dream about becoming a real estate agent one day, that they hadn't even signed up for real estate school yet. Um, so make sure that you know exactly who you want to help. Like what kind of culture do you want to create? What kind of downline do you want to create? Who do you want to be talking to and about what? And make videos about that. Your people will come. So it's not always best to just tell your story or you don't have to tell every story. So I never talk about being like a part-time agent anymore. Um, yeah. So your value proposition is the most important thing before you start your channel. Just what makes you different. Um, list out all of like your accolades, right? Like what have you done? What experience has made you successful? How could you help agents in ways that others don't, either won't or don't have time for? Um, and reach out to your entire upline. What do they offer? Bring them onto your channel. Have anyone else sign up under you. It's your channel. Um, for example, whenever I have somebody in my downline that's successful come onto my channel, I don't use my link. I use their link. It's their experience. Amanda Freeman, the mom that made 100K for the first time ever. Um, she got, I think, two, maybe three agents in her downline from the video, directly from the video on my channel. We collaborated. You can collaborate now on YouTube. But that's my way of saying thank you to them. Like they're the ones doing a great job. So I want them under them, not me. And yeah, and also say what you're not good at. That's what I do. I'm like, hey, if you want cold calling only, I'm not the girl for you. But I can help you find a good co-sponsor to help you cold call. That wraps it up. The left side here is my Instagram. The right side is the Allie the Agent channel. If you want some inspiration, whatever. But I hope that this has helped, and I'm excited for your questions.
Wonderful. You know what? First of all, it was excellent. I've been so fortunate the last 4 or 5 weeks doing this on a Monday morning. Everybody has come kind of with a different approach. For the longest
Yeah.
time, it was very redundant. Now all of a sudden, very creative. This is awesome. Open up the chat, Allie, if you wouldn't mind, instead of me reading them, because some have been answered, but you can probably just kind of glance through and see which ones were not talked about. And guys, we'll open it up here for just a minute, but better get to the ones that are in chat real quick. See the chat over
Yeah.
there?
Okay. How do I onboard agents? That was answered. Well, actually,
Yeah.
Kelly, if there's anything that I didn't cover,
Yeah, how
you can
much
ask another question.
personally, Allie? So thank you for the onboarding script. And you said we could get a copy of your PowerPoint, is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
can give
didn't
you the
hear
PowerPoint.
that. Kathy thought we said, okay, be excellent value.
Yeah.
And how much personal coaching, mentoring, helping are you doing with your agents that come on board?
Yeah. So I have two different tracks. The first one is like just business, the business building and it's free for everyone in my downline. Once they have done a certain amount of homework, from my onboarding, that's when we start meeting one-on-one as often as they want. And you will be surprised how many people don't do the homework. So I tell them like, hey, like once you finish, because I have separate onboarding video series, YouTube, private or unlisted, not private, it doesn't matter. That the public doesn't see, that's only for my downline. And so they have to get through that. And there are some keywords in there that I put like, hey, once you've finished this, like text me the word shrimp and you'll be surprised how few actually do it. So that's like my own way of saying like, did you do it? And they're like, yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, you didn't. You didn't. Like I see that your website's not done yet. So go back to doing like XYZ. Um, but once they have done, there are agents that are like, just zip through it. And I'm like, wow, you're doing everything super fast. Like they're truly committed. I reach out to them like, hey, let's start. I want to meet one-on-one even before I see you kicking ass. So then we'll meet one-on-one probably like every 3 weeks or so. I assign them enough homework to like keep them going, like make these 3 videos next. Do open houses. Don't forget about this. Don't sign up for Fast Cap or Fast Attract, etc. Just like keeping them, giving them a roadmap depending on what they want to do. And then the second track of what I do is those that specifically want just YouTube help. That's where I only coach 5 agents at a time and we go deep. I script their videos. I do XYZ. That's very expensive though. It's 40,000 for the year. So that's separate, whether or not they're in my downline. But for those that are in my downline that join me because of business, about every 3 weeks, every month.
So
Mhm.
elaborate real quick. So there's people paying you $40,000 a year to do how many videos? What's kind of the layout?
To do their first 15 videos, completely scripted. Yep.
Long form. These are long form like you're doing.
Long, long form. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you help them script that out?
I script it for them. Yep. It requires a lot of one-on-one meetings because it would be me and this is to help them get buyer clients, not to help them recruit.
Yeah.
So if they want to increase their production and get buyer clients, not listing clients, because I get listing clients sometimes, but I focus on buyers. Like I know what I'm good at. So if they want buyer clients in their area from YouTube, I will help them one-on-one. But I have to get to know their area. I'm doing their research. I'm doing what else is out there. Who would be the best? Who do you want to work with? How do we attract that type of client? So it's a lot of work. And then especially after the first couple of videos, they know what they're doing, and then their business can take off. And that's why I've been charging 5% for the last couple of years, on the buyer side, and I charge 5.5% when I have a listing. So, yeah.
Do you do anything specific to help the agents in your group attract agents? Are they just plugged into your system, or do you do anything else other than kind of what we're going over?
Whenever they do something, I try to applaud them as much as possible and bring them into our podcast, bring them onto my YouTube channel again with their link. Um, and and then whenever they have someone that they're interested in attracting, one we make sure that they're at least in real estate school. Uh, almost done with it. Like, how are they close to taking the test? And then I meet with them. They don't have to be the ones talking. I meet with them. Anybody in my upline is willing to meet with them, show them the behind the scenes. This is what it's going to look like. Because we want to make sure that we don't want to waste anybody's time. Like, we are completely virtual. We don't meet in person. And if you need in person, then at least now you have a co-sponsor who can help you find a local team. But if for some reason that's not enough, then we're not going to be a good fit. And we're very open about that.
Very good.
Yeah.
If you had to start over, Allie, right now, you've been doing this 4 years, and it sounds like you've really dialed this thing. If you had to start over, would you do anything different right out of the gate?
Good question. I would make more videos faster, have more of a buffer or, time to go on vacation, time to just take some time to get sick, instead of being stressed about making the next video. So when I first got started, I think I did about 2 videos a month. If I could have done one a week, that would have been better, of course. And let's see. I think probably having an extra video editor on rotation, uh,
Mm.
because video editors, in my experience, they'll last about 2 years. And then they just churn. They get like a full-time job somewhere else because people that you find on online jobs and Fiverr, they're freelancers. They're doing this as a side hustle. You're not their main client. So they're going to leave at some point. Um, I think that's what I would focus on. And of course, not focusing on every single story of yours, but the stories that lead to the right people that you want to work with.
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. Wow. Because that's one thing I have not been doing at all is long-term or long-form videos. Just have not been doing them, mainly just all little short ones, but very interesting. Other questions, you guys? Maybe we'll follow up on anything she has had in her presentation. Anything specifically you want to ask her directly? We got about another 6, 7 minutes. Allie, sincerely appreciate your time. It's 3:30 in the morning where this young lady's at. You're probably ready
I
to go
had a
take
question,
nap.
Sean.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Hey, it's Craig. Allie, thanks for being here. I am amazed that you're up at 3:30 in the morning with us. Uh, hey, you mentioned that you don't take down any videos, yet at the end you brought up a video that really only gets you, mildly interested people. And I was wondering why you don't take that down. I was wondering why you're not a little
Yeah.
more, picky about the videos that people see.
Yeah, super good question. That video is the highest viewed video and continues to get views. So there are some videos that just attract people to your channel. So right now that's like a feed, what I call a feeder video. So it's bringing people to my channel, and since then I've changed my call to action. So my call to action isn't book a call with me. It's once you're ready to join me at EXP, once you've seen enough of my videos, apply. So with those 2 changes, I don't have wasted time anymore.
How do you how do you express that call to action to them? Is that all done through your Facebook page then? Or
It's all
I'm
done
sorry.
in the YouTube video
Yeah.
itself.
Oh, it
Yep.
is. Okay. All
Yep.
right.
Toward the end. So I'll give, value, a soft call to action, just introduction, more
Right.
value. And then at the end, I'm like, hey, if you've watched this far, chances are you probably like what I'm offering.
Yeah.
So what, and I tell them, watch more videos. And once you're super comfortable with saying yes to us, the link is going to be in the description of every single video that you see. This is what's going to happen after. And then I tell them about the onboarding series so that they know what to expect.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Mhm.
Cool. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Cute dog.
Oh, it's my little girl. She's always with me.
You might be asking just the amount of time. So you're abroad, you get everything set up, you have a showing uh, company, whatever, this helps does all that. The amount of time you put into these videos, other than making them, do you need to prep for it, or is it now just I do 5 hours a week, I just open up the phone and I just start talking, like you said, things that you know specifically. Is there time set aside for this? You just kind of do it throughout the week? What does that look like in getting all these videos done?
Yeah, absolutely. So I live by my calendar. Wednesdays are my recording slash ideation days. So
Yeah.
every single Wednesday, I'm either thinking about what other video to create or scripting it. And by scripting, right now, I script the hook still. The hook is the most important. I want to make sure that whatever I plan on talking about, I say it in the hook in a way that's hooky enough to keep them on the page. And then I list some bullet points. And if there are specific statements that I think, or sentences that I think super hit,
Mhm.
then I'll make sure that that's still scripted. But the rest, I'm just down to bullet points now. And then once that's scripted, maybe I'll spend an entire Wednesday on 2 scripts. And then the next Wednesday after that, that's when I'll record. I
Mm.
try to batch record now, but with my long videos, 2 hours of recording, 2 videos worth, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And then usually my camera dies by that time too. Yeah.
That is amazing. That really is. Other questions, guys? Got 2, 3 minutes here as we're wrapping up. Anybody got a question for Allie?
Yeah. Thanks for sharing, Allie. Uh, how how often do you post? Is that a daily thing? Is it multiple times a day?
I post on YouTube about, well, I've taken this like 4 month sort of hiatus as far as the recruiting side goes. I'm still taking, calls from clients. I post about 2 times a month
2 times a month.
right
Okay.
now. Yeah. Yep. And they're about 10 to 30 minutes long.
Okay.
And so do you
Yeah.
break those into shorts at all, Allie, or just keep the long form videos up?
Yeah, I'll throw some stuff onto Opus clips just to repurpose a little bit. I'm not really the biggest fan of shorts though. I haven't found success from that. Nobody has applied and said that they came from shorts. I
Hmm.
just don't think it's not enough time to really like dig deep and have someone start trusting me. So I'll repost, but not sure why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions? We're wrapping
Well,
up.
I think in your shorts, can't you like um tag the whole video, right? You can tease them
Related
with the
video.
short
Yep.
and then yeah, to watch the whole video, click here. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I should look at the stats better for that as far as how many actually end up watching the full video, if YouTube even shows that. Typically, like just in my personal short form experience as a user, I never really want to go from short form. If I'm in a short form brain, I don't want to then go switch to long form. It turns educational, and I'm looking for brain rot instead of education at the time.
Mm.
So, but yeah, it's a really, really good way to link your longer form videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Impressive, Allie. Very, very impressive. Everything you're doing. Wow. I've heard your name multiple times, so thank you so much. I'm so glad to meet you and for you coming on our show and
Nice
doing this
meeting you
at
too.
2:30 to 3:30 in the morning. Oh my gosh. Good
Of
for you.
course, of course.
Will you go back and lay down and go to sleep, or do you got a full day ahead of you?
I think I'm gonna go back to sleep. Yeah, I have appointments. Usually my appointments are around 11 p.m. or midnight my time. Yeah, so I think I'll probably go back to sleep.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again so much, everybody. Thank you for showing up. Allie, you want to, if you get a chance, email me over the PowerPoint, and then I can
Yeah,
share
I'll
with
send you
these
the link.
guys. And I will
Mhm.
get you over the recorded video as soon as I have it later today or probably tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, guys,
Yeah.
thank you as always. Sincerely appreciate it. But have an awesome day, and we'll see you tomorrow on Tuesday's Mastermind. All right, gang. Thank you. Thank you, Allie. We really appreciate it.